Tingles with flyby. Daily ASMR videos. Hello. Welcome to your very first spellwork class. I will be your teacher. Now I must warn you that magical ability is, for the most part, very innate, and we have not properly tested you to see if you even possess the tiniest ounce of magical ability. So I make no guarantees about any of this training. The other issue with this training is that it takes years and years to perfect and tap into that internal power when you do possess such power. That being said, we do not have any test that is 100% reliable in telling us who does and does not have magical ability. There have been some of our greatest mystics through the ages who have failed such tests, and only after years and years of tutelage did the first tiny spark begin to appear. So try not to be too dismayed if you don't have success after the first decade or two. Perhaps later in life you will have more success. Now, this will be more difficult for you as you are only temporarily here in Tingledom. I know that you will have to return back to the normal world and will not have access to tutors and teachers such as myself. But if you practice the skills that I teach you today, you may eventually be able to tap into your own inner power, and regardless of whether it ends up being magical or not, it can still be a beneficial experience and practice for you throughout your life. Now I must begin by teaching you a little bit about how magical ability is manifested. Lots of misconceptions flow around about where magical ability comes from or in what ways it manifests. But the thing that's most important to understand is that no person is able to perform magic without a true grounding in themselves. And so you actually see this reflected throughout the world in different religious and cultural rites, in meditations and thought that grounding in yourself is central to accessing your true power. And this is the case with magical ability as well. So for me, I have to surround myself in an environment conducive to promoting the magic within. I also have to take actions in myself every day to be able to perform the magic that I do. And so the first thing that I like to do, something very simple, and don't scoff at it because it's simple. Overlooking the tiniest of detail could mean that you will never unravel or uncover your own magical ability. So I would warn you not to dismiss this out of hand. The first is control of your breath. This is central to any magical practice. Breath is the foundation of life, the exchange of oxygen in and out of your body. When you are not breathing, you are not alive. But most often, our breathing happens with no conscious effort from ourselves. But when you're able to take control of your breath, this is an important first step in being able to control what's going on even more centrally and to the core of your being, which right deep down is where that magical ability resides. There are lots of ways to control your breath. We can do a fast breath. So you can try this with me. I'll do 10 quick inhales followed by 10 quick exhales. So for this, you want to actually inhale and repeat the inhale again before you actually exhaled. So we're going to try to do 10. If you can only do 2 or 3, that's okay. So just do it with me. Okay, try that again. And you can see how that feels. Feels a bit like shivering. And a lot of breathing exercises are focused on relaxation. But when you want the full spectrum of magical ability, you have to be willing to take yourself through all experiences. So now we're going to go to a medium breath. I'll do the same thing, but a little bit longer inhales. We'll just try 3 this time. So okay. just let the feeling of that particular experience flow through you. So this time we're going to close our eyes as we do it and just let the feel of how that breathing makes you feel just flow through your body. Okay, let's go. The feeling I get with that breath, particularly on those 3 exhales, it's kind of the feeling of letting go of frustration. And as you begin to use these breaths, you'll also begin in your life to be able to choose to punctuate your life with the breath that you need. Because the practice and the true ability is unlocked by an understanding and control of how you react and what you choose to do to the things that happen in your life. The third breath we'll use is a very classic long inhale and then a long exhale. You see these done also with a hold of the breath. We'll just connect the inhale to the exhale here, so we won't be holding at the top of the breath. We'll just be going inhale to exhale. We're going to repeat this 5 times, and it's just going to be a nice long breath. Doesn't matter, a lot of times people might try to count or that sort of thing, and that's for other sort of practices. Here you're not aiming to have a particular length of breath, just wanting to have a particular feel to your breath. So let's begin. Now you'll notice when I was doing this longer breathing exercise, I shifted what I was doing a little bit, and that's just a response to what I am feeling in the moment and what feels like the right thing. So I started out with an inhale through my mouth and then an exhale through my mouth. Then I ended up shifting to do an inhale through my nose and still the exhale through the mouth. You may find at different times you prefer inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose, and such. There are other breathing practices that you can do, but I think that those 3, the short, medium, and long, is a good place to start. And those are things that can really help you start to understand length and quality of breath. But magic really isn't about breathing. Breathing helps to set a state of mind. Breathing helps to convince your mind that you're in control. And it's all about convincing yourself of the power that's already within. So the next thing that we're going to do is just take some time to feel the power within. So you close your eyes. And what I'll do, I'll guide you through this first. So the first time you just try and do it on your own. And then we'll do it together. And you'll be doing the same thing that I've just guided you to do. So first, just close your eyes. And where I want you to concentrate is just in the center of your chest. Our brains are centers of thinking, thought, and emotion, but magical power comes from within the center of the chest. It's not in the heart, just right in the center. So if you focus there, just try and let everything else float away. And sometimes you can envision a light right in the center there. And when you envision that light, you can envision it spreading and spreading light throughout the rest of your body. Okay, you can open your eyes. Yes, it is quite difficult. As I said, it takes years of practice before many people can even start to recognize and feel what's going on in that area. It's something that takes a high amount of care. So we're just going to try it again. And what you're doing, you just need to visualize and imagine a light. The visualization of light helps to tap in to something that you know. It's an analogy. It's not actually light or anything like it. The power within, it's a bit different to that. But that's the best descriptor for someone who hasn't experienced magic before. And many times it can take lots and lots of repeated experiences. And then it'll just click. So don't lose heart if it doesn't come immediately to you. But I'll do it again together. I'm not going to give you the prompts this time because I'm going to join you, okay? And feel free to, open your eyes and peek a little if you want to see what's going on with me. That's perfectly alright, okay? So I'm just going to close my eyes and concentrate on that power. open your eyes again, I noticed sitting a little taller. That's the power. As you feel the power, it just makes you feel strong and confident and able to take on the world. Now, getting into how to use magic and everything like that is much of a futile exercise until you can recognize that spark within yourself. But let me just first here, give me your hands. Let me just feel your hands. Sometimes when I've got that power flowing through me, I can start to recognize it. Oh yes. Oh, I do see. I can just feel it right in there. Just the tiniest little spark. Oh, I'm quite convinced you are magical. When it's not as obvious, might need more robust measures, but I am quite confident. So I do hope that you will take this practice on, because would love to see you back after some more practice to see if you can feel that in yourself, because if you can unlock that power, you can do amazing, amazing things. Well, I do hope you will come back, whether that be within the next couple of weeks or in many years to come. At any frequency, I would love to see you again. And just remember those 3 breathing exercises. The short the medium, and the long. And always follow these up with a look within to tap into your own power. That spark is there. It's right there in the middle of your chest. You just have to find it. And let it begin to flow. So once you find it, it can begin to expand. And when it reaches your fingers, well, that's when the fun begins. Remember, do those things, and I feel confident you can unlock the magic within. Thank you for joining us for this week's Tingledom Tuesday. There's a new video in Tingledom every single Tuesday. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to Tingledom, be sure to hit subscribe, or else you may never find it again. I do a daily ASMR video, a different theme every day, so you can check out Map Mondays, Whisper Wednesdays, Food Fridays, and of course our Tingledom Tuesdays. Be sure to comment down below for your chance to be featured in my monthly Viewers Appreciation video on the 25th of each month. And have a very